This is so funny.
Okay. Let's get into the headlines of the nerdy news of the. I like this. I think, John, you brought this up. Some Reddit sleuths have kind of uncovered that there's been some writers hired for Agatha House of Harkness. They've been listed. The project is being readied for airing in the 2023-2024 television series. And the listed genre is dark comedy.
Hey now.
What's an example of a dark comedy?
Barry. Barry's a dark comedy.
Barry is
Great
very
example.
dark. Oh, that's...
I would think even The Boys is often a dark comedy.
Dark action comedy for sure. I'm trying to think historically, like what was, because I mean, like Barry is pitched as a comedy that has very, very, very dark moments. What else have we had recently?
Pushing Daisies? Oh, that was an older show.
Yeah, that's a good
but
reference.
there's like if there's themes of like death and dying, like what was it? Nurse Jackie was kind of a dark comedy on yeah.
I can hear you. Atlanta's a dark comedy? I guess it is.
Well, it kind of crosses genre, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm more just trying to figure out like how Disney would do a dark comedy.
Yes.
So like when hearing Pushing Daisies, I was like, that one's a lighthearted one. So I think Disney could touch that.
Though
maybe not Barry.
Especially in that first episode or two of Loki, there were definitely like a lot of the stuff set at the TVA felt kind of dark comedy-ish. Right. But anyways, we're fascinated because we have no idea what the show's going to be about. We're going to be coming back to it later in the episode. It might make an appearance in Mandatory Fun.
What?
I can only whisper it. I have to whisper it. If I say it out loud, it brings it into being.
That's true. Yeah, we don't want to wake the Mandatory Fun beast. Some of the co-workers on the Slack have said we may want to recap the first 30 seconds of the show because we were a cacophony of echoes.
Okay, great idea.
Wait, are we still a cacophony?
No, I think it's been solved by our master technician, John.
John, thank you. He was so busy being on camera. Okay, to quick recap. Instead of our normal chat redemption today, when we hit a multiple of $100 in super chats, we will be taking a drink. It's a true happy hour break room today. The kind of thing that normally gets you fired from your job. Today we are being forced to do it. Next headline, in an interview with The Playlist, Will Poulter, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, was the actor playing Adam Warlock in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. You might have seen the Bandersnatch movie. Did Tommy just pop up?
Okay. We're just drinking as much as we can before.
Tommy needs no redemption to.
I'm beyond. Sometimes you're beyond redemption, boys and girls. Sometimes it's just over. Listen to me real quick, Brian Henson.
Tommy goes through those cold domestics like so much wheat and chaff there. But Will Poulter, who's playing Adam Warlock, said in an interview he'd like to take the character on a journey through multiple films, which, again, it's a recurring theme. Any MCU actor is always like, I'd love to do 10 of these movies, please. Yes. Why not? I'd like to do 5 series and... do
you think... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, do you think he grabbed a good character? Like, after hearing Benedict Cumberbatch was like, I almost took the villain in this other movie versus Doctor Strange. Do you think he chose a good character?
Yes.
That would hold on? Oh, yes. I hope he does.
Comics-wise, Adam Warlock, a lot of different ways he can go. Lots of involvement. He can play in a lot of different worlds. He's a major, he's been around. He's been around
super
the block.
Powerful.
Anytime you're a highly powered individual, I think you're putting yourself in a good position.
Yes.
He could get his own spinoff. I
also think there's a great chance, like all MCU movies set in space, he can show up, he can guest star, he can cameo, all this kind of stuff.
Look at Lee Pace doing Guardians 1 and then coming back from Ms. Marvel. Like,
true.
Ronan the Accuser, not gone. Gone, but not forgotten. Brought back, forgettable again though.
Lee Pace. We were just talking Pushing Daisies.
That's right. We're gonna keep pace with Lee all show long. As many Lee Pace references as you can.
Hey, Tommy, If you keep doing that, I might ask you to halt and catch fire. Okay. The first 8 minutes of Stranger Things have been released online. I haven't watched it because I kind of want to absorb the entire series on its own. And we're not going to talk about what it shows. But that's kind of become a thing lately where you release like the beginning of something. Who pointed out that they did that with Shang-Chi, right?
Yes.
I think what Brandon did in our morning meeting.
Yeah.
But no, they do it a lot. They did it because what was the other ones? They did it with Shang-Chi. They did it with Mortal Kombat did too.
Yes.
Didn't they do not
they do
the
it
first
with
few
Wanda?
minutes? There was one of the Disney Plus Star Wars shows I could have sworn they showed us, like, maybe it was only 3 minutes, maybe it was something. I swear we got an extended view of maybe Mando season 1. I don't know.
I think so too. Yeah. I think so. I agree with you. I think it was Mandalorian, but I snapped because they did with WandaVision. Remember the scene where they're in the bed together?
Oh,
and yeah. What's that crashing noise?
Yes.
I just remember because Boss and I were like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Point it out.
What does it mean? And I got to say, I don't love it as one of those people who's like, trailers give too much away. I want to be surprised in the movie. But if they're going to give us any extended scene, I like that it's the very beginning. So then the whole rest of it, you can be surprised.
I agree. I think trailers are out of hand. Me and Kevin Feige, basically contemporaries in the minds on the same intellectual level. We both want to see less in the trailers.
I would love there to be a person, which I'm sure there is someone on Twitter or somewhere, that watches the trailers and then tells me if it tells me too much.
Yeah.
Because I wish I would have known that with The Boys season 3.
Yeah, like a PolitiFact rating.
Trasher.
Yeah, a PolitiFact rating of like, this is mostly lies or this is mostly truth.
What do they do, Pinocchios? Is that their thing now?
Speaking of clips, we got a new Kenobi clip. John, are we going to be able to play this? Let's give it a go.
There's more to life than your farm, Owen. He needs to see that. There's a whole galaxy out there.
I'm asking you to leave us alone, Ben. I mean it.
Is he okay?
You don't care if he's okay. You care if he's showing.
It's my responsibility, Owen.
Well, I'm his uncle.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
There's more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
No one
and a
could
quick,
hear you, John.
a quick round of applause. We had not planned to have either yesterday or today remote. There were unforeseen circumstances. A whole bunch of stuff forced us out of the office. So kudos to John. If you think this show is a little bit of a mess, imagine what it would be like if he weren't busting his hump for the last 2 days to try to make it happen.
Snaps for John. Snaps for John.
Yes. Okay.
The internet went down at our office, and that is why in which we are working from our own homes.
Yes.
He said that it might be some blank airtime. I guess I am your translator. I am going to speak for. I will be John. JC for JC. I'll be your voice person. I'll be your Morgan Freeman, dude. I'll be your Alanis Morissette.
I'll be your private dancer. Your dancer for money.
Dancer for money.
I'll be your crying shoulder. I'll be love suicide.
I'm going to say, I love that. I love this clip. And we got the very end of that, I think, was in the full extended trailer, right? Yep. With him saying, protect him like you did his father.
Yeah,
right? It's such a great line. What do you think Owen knows about Obi-Wan and Anakin's history at this point?
That's a Tommy question.
I mean, he knows he was supposed to be taking care of Anakin, and he knows that Anakin is. Does he think Anakin's dead? I always get confused about that. Is Owen aware that Anakin is Darth Vader, or does Owen think that Anakin died on Mustafar?
I wish Brandon. This is when I need Brandon. Me and Brandon just talked about this.
Yeah.
Brandon, I know you're watching. Just message in the chat.
Yeah, chat. Brandon, super chat us. Put a little.
Yeah, Brandon, throw your paycheck in there, buddy. Maybe if not, he thinks he directly killed him. He knows he was supposed to be looking out for him, and whether Anakin is alive or he understands that he's Darth Vader, he knows that he did not fulfill his responsibility to look out for the kid.
I'm gonna find out first. I'm gonna ask Hayden Christensen if he's at Celebration next week. I'm gonna get it from the horse's mouth.
Again, a big tease. Both Tommy and Eric are going to be at Star Wars Celebration at the end of next week. A week from today, you'll be there.
That's right.
As special kind of VIP guests, as demanded by Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy herself. Yes. Sent a handwritten note to Eric and Tommy.
Yeah. Definitely to both of us.
Can you tell us who's speaking? Are you able to tell us that, or is that a secret?
Oh, yes. No, well, I mean, I can tell you who's announced. We've got a Disney Plus series preview, all-encompassing panel on Thursday, which is Filoni will be speaking along with Favreau, and they're the two announced speakers. And then they say, and many more special guests, which I can only hope, cast of Kenobi, cast of Ahsoka, cast of Mando Season 3 would be my dream. However, maybe not Mando Season 3 because Saturday, the panel is all about Mando Season 3. And again, only Filoni and Favreau are built. But Friday, they have Lawrence Kasdan and Ron Howard and many other directors and writers attached or affiliated with previous Star Wars films getting on stage and discussing the creation process of Star Wars films and TV shows. And I am very, very excited for that one. And Voss and I will both have a chance to take that in. So stay tuned. We're going to try and report back as much good stuff as we can.
Second question. Can you bring a camera in? Can you record?
I actually had my body modified by Thundercat to have multiple cameras everywhere. So I am always recording. I'm going to have those Bruce Wayne from Batman contact recorders.
Yes.
I would imagine because we are, I think, technically under the umbrella of press. There might be a no cell phone thing, but maybe at least a tape recorder. I don't know. If not,
you should live tweet. You should live tweet.
Yes,
and everyone can follow.
And we're gonna try to get some content out of Tommy and Eric while they're there next week. Yes,
absolutely.
I also like somebody pointed out in the chat the is he showing line in that quote. Like is Luke starting to like show a little element of his force sensitivity or something like that is really a weird quote. Okay, but we've also got some Daredevil news, Jessica, that you wanted to talk about.
Yes, we do. The Hollywood Reporter has reported that the upcoming Daredevil Disney Plus series will be a continuation of the Netflix show. Good news for the fans of Netflix, Defenders, and all those shows, because I've been irritated if this wasn't a continuation. I can't say continuation correctly. Continuation, which I think was like the first. We were all ecstatic when we heard the news, but I think our first immediate response was, "Is this canon? Is it gonna be connected? Because if it's not, I'm gonna be upset." So with that being said, will this officially be set in Netflix Daredevil, or will it be set in the 616 MCU?
Ooh. I am hoping that it is 616 MCU, if only for the selfish reason of I like all of my toys in the same toy box. Like, I don't want to have to care about a different universe. I like put them in 616.
If they bring, I feel like it has to be 616 because they're now jumping into the Disney territory. Right. But if they do acknowledge it's in the 616, don't we have to start acknowledging like the Punisher is in the 616?
No, I'm saying that this show can be Charlie Cox, Deborah Ann Wool, Eldrin Hansen, whoever else as their 616 counterparts, because we know that Matt Murdock is a practicing lawyer in 616, as we saw Spider-Man Far From Home, or No Way Home, rather. And he has the abilities to catch a brick out of the sky. So we're assuming he got some of his training is already done, if not all of it. The only thing we don't know for sure is if he has his armor, right? We don't know if he went to, what's that guy's name? Gladiator or whatever, the guy that makes his armor. I forget what that guy's name is. It's something. But anyway, let us know. Call in if you know. What
about you, Zach? Do you think it's going to be the 616 or Netflix?
I think 616. I agree. And I think they'll do it in a specific way where, like, it's also been how many years since that last season of Daredevil, right? Was that 2018?
I was going to say 4 or 5.
When it first started or when it ended? Oh, sorry.
The final season. But it's been long enough, right, that the characters will have grown, changed, and anything they don't like, they don't have to mention ever again, right? I don't think, like Tommy said, I don't think they'll recast any main actors. They won't pretend like those seasons didn't happen, but you can kind of just like soft continue here
Yeah.
with new stories. You don't have to worry about the baggage of those previous stories. Use it to your advantage, but also like this series will need to be able to be enjoyed by people that didn't watch any of the Netflix series.
Exactly.
True.
I think that's what they'll aim for.
Okay. This is a hot take. Ooh. I like when stories do that. This is a hot take because I like that you can just throw people into the series and be like, yeah, you might not have seen it when it was on Netflix, but you can now watch it and still not be as confused. This is mainly a shout out to my mom who asks me questions continuously.
Yes, as mine as well. Hope you're both watching. Go Seahawks, go Bills. Now,
oh my God.
I want to see Jennifer and Foggy in a court battle against each other over like, just some small claims.
So we think that they're still going to be in the show, like all those original people.
I hope so.
I thought Foggy couldn't be in it, but
did he die?
Deborah Ann will also be. Yeah. Deborah Ann. Okay, we need to go back and watch the last.
I never watched the last season of Daredevil. I guess that's
exposed. I just the first time until you said his name out loud that I thought the actor Eldon Henson, who played Foggy Nelson. Has anybody made a Dear Eldon Henson joke?
Oh.
Anyways,
I'm done with you.
Waving out my window.
Okay. So do we think Foggy, Karen, and even Elektra could return because of this series?
Oh, give me Elektra.
So. Yes. Some justice for Elektra there. I think that'd be great. And I think like if this is coming back on Disney Plus, and now Disney Plus has not shown a huge appetite with their Marvel series of like having them go multiple seasons, right? So far, Loki's the only one that's been confirmed for a second season. But some of that might be actor contracts, different priorities. It does feel like, and no shots at any of these people, this cast might be down to do multiple seasons.
Absolutely.
They already did multiple seasons. Almost all of them have come out in public and been like, I want to keep revisiting these characters. I love this show.
And they're not previously established movie characters reverting into a TV show. Like, I think the big thing of like why we haven't seen a confirmed Falcon Captain America series yet is like there's a Captain America 4 being made. So like, you don't need to make, or not Falcon, Captain America, Winter Soldier and Captain America.
There you go.
Sorry about that, but you know what I meant.
So I guess, so everyone in the chat is begging for Elektra. Just saying Elektra number one. What about the Defenders? What about the rest of the Defenders? I think the Punisher should show up again. Is it just me? Is it just me? His scene when he was on trial is probably the best scene to ever hit MCU acting history.
No, you're right.
I love Elizabeth Olsen.
I love that actor. I love that character. I would be more than fine to have the Punisher come in. I'm not sure. I think we have to wait until Deadpool debuts in the MCU, or Deadpool 3. We see how that is received by kind of the Disney-sensitive MCU fans that maybe missed Deadpool 1 and 2. And then things like the Punisher kind of open up. Now, that doesn't mean that character, or that Frank Castle can't show up in a small way, but in order to get his own, regular presence, I think we got to kind of see, because the closest to that we've really had is a character like Crossbones, right? Not necessarily in morality, but just like a straightforward kind of killing.
Also, John Bernthal is so great. And anybody watching We Own the City or whatever that new HBO series, he's just, even his scenes in King Richard, if anybody saw those.
He was so good. He was so good in that movie. So playing against his type, right? And it just really opened up for me that he can kind of do anything. I've been vindicated. I have audio now. I believe. I hope.
Welcome.
Don't tempt it. Something will come through.
Right, very temporary.
Also, this show might be the cry for help that we needed because nobody wants us to drink. They're like, you know what? Right. The drinking incentive, we actually want you guys to be okay.
I will be doing drinks.
Someone said that they were into me drinking. Or no, they said that Jessica shouldn't. This is going to be a mess because I'm... Okay, you know what?
I can't see where the super chats are at, but I assume...
They're still pretty low. I think this is a pro sobriety audience.
Yeah, this is temperance. It's not fine.
A lot of people in the chat though are asking. They're happy that John's back. John.
Yes.
Thank God. I was doing my best to give like big reactions to things, and I was bad content.
Yeah, where was that improv at, John?
That was silent film actor John Costa. There he is. Look at that space work.
Wow.
Call him Jean Dujardin.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
To be in the rebooted
things worked out
August.
great for him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. All I need is another writer's strike, and I'll be ready to go.
A lot of people are saying Jessica Jones. A lot of people are saying Jessica Jones. And let me tell you right now, from one Jessica to another Jessica, I'm begging for it. Y'all want Jessica Jones back. Jessica Jones was my favorite one. And then Luke Cage, of course. Actually, Luke Cage versus Daredevil, they were both so good. They were both so good. It was just, I love Kristen Ritter. She's a great Jessica Jones. So yeah, I would love Jessica Jones to come back in this too, but I want her own series. I want her to get her own series again.
Absolutely. Great character. Who knows? Maybe this Daredevil series could be like, we could get some cameos from some of these characters. Why not? What if it is kind of a soft Defenders season even? Speaking of soft Defenders, we want to thank our friends at Baksu for helping us bring this show to you. Tommy was able to get out of our no internet having office a Baksu. He's got the Midori Moments box, I believe. Oh, special Millennium Falcon delivery.
Oh, baby, do I have a box suit for you? I've got the Midori Moments collection.
Yes. And of course, Baksu is the monthly subscription service that delivers premium Japanese snacks and tea pairings straight from Japan to your door. Each Baksu features a new theme, providing a gourmet journey through Japan. And the Midori Moments box that Tommy has, Midori is the Japanese word for green. And this collection is inspired by Japan's spring rainy season. Ooh,
look at this green tea cookie right here. A little biscuit. I'm going to eat that later. There's some mochi. There's some wasabi covered peas. I don't know what the heck this is, but I'm going to do something with it later. I don't know.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about that.
Well, eat it. I'm going to eat it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the box has all kinds of green snacks like matcha cakes and wasabi crackers and, of course, green tea. All shades of good spring green. It's a perfect time of year. It's a little overcast in Los Angeles today, so it'd be a nice day to pop in some green tea. We've been noshing on Baksus all week, spreading the love. Eric had some yesterday. The whole cast had some Monday and Tuesday. You should get yourself a Baksu. It's also a great gift, particularly if you have somebody in your life that loves anime, somebody who took a trip to Japan once, somebody who likes funky little snacks or loves to try new stuff. Jessica checks all those boxes. She's pointing at herself. Big anime fan.
I'm dying to go to Japan, but I need to do another fitness challenge because every time I go to Europe or Asia, I'm reminded that like things just aren't built for giant Americans there, and I'm like, I need to like figure out a way to like squeeze in and really enjoy. But I gotta say, these Baksu boxes are basically like going to Japan if you only went with your mouth, which is how I do most of my trips.
One of the most fun parts about traveling is eating. And also that little booklet that Tommy showed off has a little bit of the history and some background information on the people that make these snacks, a lot of whom are small family-owned businesses that have been around for a really long time. Yeah, it's a really beautiful booklet. So it's a little educational. You'll learn something about snacks and Japanese history and culture. So to get one for yourself, or maybe to send one to a cool friend or loved one or family member, click the link in this video's description and use code Rockstars to get $15 off your order. That is not only getting yourself or your loved one a cool Baksu snack subscription, it's also helping us out here on the Break Room. We appreciate you. Much appreciation. John Costa showing some appreciation for the new rockstarsmerch.com.
Can I see it? I can't see it. I'm sorry.
Here I am.
Oh.
Yes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah.
You can purchase that at newrockstarsmerch.com. Woo, slide whistle. Limited time on that guy. That shirt. That it's not a gendered shirt. I don't know why I called it a guy. It's a guy. It's a girl. It's whatever you want it to be.
Unisex.
It's a unisex. That's right. Though I think it actually is it offered in unisex.
This is the unisex version. There might be a woman's version as well. I'm not sure.
Oh.
You get two.
I get all mine baby doll cut, so I can tell you that I don't know that they offer that one yet. But
that's right. But grab one of those quick, because when we release those latest Obsession shirts, they go along with the property. This one was for Multiverse of Madness, and they don't last that much longer after the property is gone. Like I think the Moon Knight shirt's already sold out. That bad boy is not long for this world. We'll probably have an Obi-Wan shirt dropping sometime soon. NewRockstarsMerch.com. Now, Tommy, we whispered its name earlier.
Hang on, Awakening from Deep. within the bowels of Chateau Bechtold. A stirring, a nightmare, a terror, a dreamscape, a revelation, a miracle. It's time for mandatory. Graphics going?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Hit it again.
Okay.
We do it twice. This is where I take my 3 best friends and I ask them to have a little mandatory fun with me. And they say, is it optional? And I say, hell no. It's mandatory fun. You gots to do it. So we all found out. Were you going to say something, Zach?
Well, Tommy, I was just going to ask you. You always say it's your 3 best friends, but this is the first time John's been here now. Did he bump somebody?
That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Who did he bump?
I have a secret. I'm currently broadcasting from San Francisco. Last night, I snuck into Eric Voss's apartment. You will no longer be seeing him on the new Rockstars YouTube channel. He is being replaced.
You heard it here first. Voss replaced.
I'm
confirmed.
about to burn down my own house right now.
John, we just lost 1.7 million subscribers.
Oh no. We'll win him back.
We're gonna get him back.
We'll win him back. Philip is still working on that skin suit AI for Eric. We'll have him back in no time.
We're gonna get it back. Hit the graphic again.
Fuck.
Now,
Someone said mandatory drinks, y'all. And look
yeah,
here.
well, you know what? We can't because we set a time limit, and we're not going to drink unless you pay. Okay? It's not going to happen. Now, we all heard earlier that Agatha House of Harkness, Father, Son, and House of Harkness, is going to be a dark comedy, which, quite frankly, isn't life a dark comedy if you give it enough time between sadness? Anyway, I have decided that I want to see...
Tommy's drinking.
What?
Tommy's drinking. Yeah, we got there, and the $50 was from Bailey to you. So you have to take this shot, baby.
Bailey.
You got to take this shot, baby.
My pleasure.
Wait, are we all doing one?
We're here.
Also, we got Bailey did throw in $50. Thank you for your support.
Thank you,
He
Bailey.
said, Tommy, I know you got my bag of toes. It's hard to walk. If you're not using them, please return them.
Bailey, those toes were a gift. I'm keeping them.
And then also,
Cheers.
Nabil Azim also threw in $10. We appreciate you, Nabil, and we'll cheers to both of you.
Both of you, Bailey and Nabil.
Oh, it burns so good.
You can't take shots at gin. You can't take shots at gin. That's not possible. Why did I do that?
Zach and I have a meeting with Philip about the future of the company after this. This is a bad
idea.
idea.
Are we on the chopping block?
Yeah.
If not, all right, you know what? Let's make this the best mandatory fun ever then, guys. Agatha, House of Harkness. A dark comedy. What's happening? I forgot. Okay. It's going to be a dark comedy, and that made me think, what if Agatha, House of Harkness was greenlit in, like, 1991? What kind of sitcom would that look like? So I want you all now to pitch your versions of Agatha, House of Harkness in a classic sitcom form. Unfortunately, guys, I feel horrible about this. I can't be here to hear.
Oh no,
Tommy! If you lose, Tommy, we can't lose you.
I did find someone to take my place. He's
good.
One of
he'll probably be a good person.
One of Hollywood's hottest executives. He's all about town. His job is kind of undescribable. His industry is unmeasurable. Where he influences.
Is it Wayne Brady?
Guys, it's my good friend T. Michael Bechtold, and he'll be in just a minute.
Still excited. Still excited.
Oh no, T. Michael.
I wanted the mass singer Wayne Brady, but I'll take T. Michael.
Every time T. Michael shows up, it is absolute chaos. That guy's egomaniac.
Super chat of $9.99 from the Spirit Life that says Eric Voss.
That's right. That's right. The break room is the premier content on New Rockstars.
Spirit Life, baby.
I hope you don't mind. I have my son Gideon with me for the weekend. Gideon, this is time you learn Daddy's business. Now, each of you will pitch to me Agatha House of Harkness as a sitcom. The pitch I enjoy best will be greenlit and moved into production. Who would like to go first? Gideon? Shh. Gideon?
I can start us off, T. Michael. Also, I assume you saying you only have your son this weekend, that you are no longer with Gideon's mom?
No, Gideon's mother and I are very happily married. Gideon's on a full basketball scholarship to the University of Anchorage.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. All the way up in Alaska, huh?
He may not look it, but he's a savant from the foul line.
Okay.
A savant from the foul line?
It all starts with fundamentals, but you can't have fundamentals without mental fun.
Oh, wow. Well, that pivots nicely, T. Michael, into what I want to talk about. Okay, yes. Last we saw Agatha Harkness, right? Wanda kind of wipes her memory a little bit, kind of re-hexes her brain to make her feel like she's kind of permanently stuck there. So I want to pivot off of that. This series picks up right after that, Jason Bourne style. Okay? Agatha doesn't realize she's one of the world's most powerful witches. Okay? Wow. So it manifests in strange ways. She's able to kind of summon things accidentally, make things happen, almost as if just by wishing them. And slowly, over the course of the series, remembers her powers, comes back into them, right? And then maybe regains a little bit of them black fingertips, that ill intent. But I think the title, House of Harkness, it makes me think of one of our favorite movies of 2021, House of Gucci.
Yes.
Right? Masterful performance by Morbius himself, Jared Leto, the Gaga. And so I think Agatha...
I once spent a holiday weekend with Gaga in the hot suns of Tempe, working on our farmers' tans.
Tim, Michael, you got the wildest stories. So I think Agatha, again, Jason Bourne, out of her memories, not really knowing everything, not being able to remember the true nature of who she is, will go to work at a Devil Wears Prada-esque fashion magazine.
Wow.
Okay, maybe it's House of Fashion, maybe it's something like that. And and as she's, there's a little bit of Ugly Betty to this. Kind of the outsider, the ugly duckling, this weird 200-year-old woman who's had her memory wiped, goes to work at, the high fashion magazine, is maybe interacting with coworkers that don't get her. There's some fun butting of heads, a fish out of water comedy. And slowly, as she comes into her power, she takes over the publication. She takes over the entire fashion world.
Wow.
I love it.
Also, pointing out in the chat, yes, I am drinking out of a bartender tool, a little alcohol measure thing. Uh-oh.
I am actively reading the chat, you guys.
Gideon,
and I'm dying because someone said Gideon skipping leg day, and then someone said, who needs legs when you fly to the hoop?
That's right. Gideon has more bounce to the ounce. What's that, boy? Well, he can't just be all arms. Zaddy Zach has ideas, too. As well as those piped-up cannons. Who's next?
I'll go next. So I like where you started your story, Zach. I think we should pick up right after the events of WandaVision. Wanda has just sort of re-hexed Agatha and has put her under her spell. But I think it should go a little differently. I think what is more dark than giving Agatha a little bit of a taste of her own medicine? Hear me out. We see the prototypical American dream house, right? White picket fence, 2 kids. And it's Agatha and Ralph and 2 kids that they have to raise together in like a full house type situation. And there are all of these sort of family members coming in and out, and it's just like Agatha is trapped in what she sort of took away from Wanda, and it's like got comedic moments, but it's also like deeply, deeply messed up because it's like this mind prison that Agatha can't escape, and she's sort of being tortured by sort of, what she took away from Wanda. In essence, she knows it's fake, but there's all these like people in her life that think that she is her mother or her sister or whatever, and she's just like stuck in this fake reality.
Well, whatever happened to predictability? Right. Because you just blew mine and Gideon's faces off with that pitch.
Good.
Jessica, good fucking luck. Sorry.
Hey, there's no swear jar today.
Good luck, everyone.
That's right. Does that mean we can just swear whatever we want?
I think so. Someone said Boss is gone, John is in, and baby, hey,
out with the boss and in with the boss.
That's right, baby.
In with the boss.
More shot.
Okay.
So in my version, or not even my version, how I think Agatha House of Harkness will go is Agatha. We last see her, right? She's now just a normal, like a normal woman in the suburbs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Black and white, like old school woman in the suburbs, right? So everyone's like, whatever happened to her? She changed. She changed crazy. So she goes back to school. Am I right? Listen, hear me out.
Why do you keep asking us if we know the answers to your pitch? I don't want to participate. Like, Gideon.
Please let me finish. Gideon.
He's getting very upset. He's starting to dribble his little basketball now. He's getting very
All
upset.
right, I'll go quicker with my pitch. I'm sorry. Maybe Gideon just doesn't like it. It's okay. So she goes back to school. You know, she's trying to learn. She goes back to school. Everyone's like, dude, you act different. You're so crazy. You're wild. And she's like, yeah. And as she's going to school, a lot of stuff keeps happening to her that keeps reawakening the witch deep within her. So she starts getting more into witchy things. And people are like, oh, no, she's getting back into old habits. But then she meets White Vision at a party who goes off. And when she meets White Vision at a party that goes off, she's like, that's the one.
I'm sorry. I actually am going to ask her a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
In what ways does White Vision go off at this point?
I can't disclose that right now because, and I know what you guys are saying in the chat. Jessica, why does this sound a lot like Euphoria? And the thing is, this is also written by the same person that did Euphoria and did Assassination.
That could be a problem.
Okay.
I don't know that Euphoria is a dark comedy, but you know what?
Oh God, it isn't. Oh, I forgot that this was a comedy. I thought we were doing dark.
It's a sitcom challenge. Gideon and I need a second to deliberate. Give us a moment, please.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Whoa! It's a Bechtold marathon.
All right. T. Michael didn't have any limits to when he would drink his. Wow.
Tommy.
That was the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Tommy. We're live.
I
I'm
feel like
sorry.
I can smell it. What's
T.
that,
Michael.
Tommy?
T. Michael. Now, I've been in this business for 38 years.
I'm getting Slack messages.
From people? This has to stop. This has to stop. Listen to me. I know one thing about this business, and that's moving TV shows and selling episodes. And when you brought back Full House, John Costa, your first episode of the Breakroom, you hit it out of the park. We're ordering 98 episodes on my streaming service, Slim.
Oh.
It used to be Slime, but we lost all the rights to the E's. It took the E's from us. We got sued by E Network, so we're just Slim now. Now you're on our streaming service. 98 episodes of Agatha Harkness, Full House. Gideon, get out of here.
Whoa! Nice work, John.
Michael out.
Thank you.
Wow. A 98 episode order. What is this? House of Pain on TBS?
First off, I love House of Pain.
On FX?
I am still... Tommy, never invite T. Michael Bechtold back.
Oh, no. Was he...
belched on the air.
He belched on the air?
Terrible.
It was horrible. I'd rather hear it screeching on a chalkboard.
That is so crass. Why would he do that? You know what, guys? I'm sorry. He promised me he was here for one reason and one reason only, to develop a new television show. And I trusted him, and I thought this was a great opportunity for you guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I honestly, from my Gucci to your Moochies, I'm so sorry.
The apology accepted on behalf of T. Michael. Tommy, thank you. Tommy Bechtold puts his fist over his mouth when he belches. T. Michael just lets it rip.
He just let it fly.
We've got
Did you guys get to meet his son?
Gideon?
Yeah, I'm his godfather.
Oh.
Quite a little hoopster, that Gideon.
Really?
We heard.
Yeah.
We've got a couple super chats and other chat messages we want to answer real quick. Richard Medina saying, "Go Bills, go Brody."
No.
Yes,
no.
Push.
No.
Yes.
People should know I have worked at New Rockstars longer than Tommy Bechtold, and it pains me to say this. I am a Jets fan, and every Go Bills, just a little piece of me dies slowly.
Are they both in the same state?
Well, no, because the Jets claim to be from New York, but they play in New Jersey.
Well, I don't know sports, John.
Yeah,
I'm
also,
sorry.
John,
you asked a very pertinent question because there is only one team that plays in New York, and that is the Buffalo Bills. And all other New York teams claiming to play there are liars and frauds.
That's horrible.
They play in the Meadowlands, in New Jersey. Also, John, no diss to your Jets, but the Bills are the unofficial NFL team of the Breakroom. Also, shout out to that guy. Tommy, I didn't realize you've worn both Stephen Brody Stevens and Brody Lee, wrestler. Yes. You have shirts for both of them you wear on a regular basis.
Well, Brody Lee, near and dear to my heart, lived in Webster, New York. His kids went to the school where my mom taught. I hate to be serious after that insane mandatory fun segment. But yes, Brody Lee, I love him very much. He was an excellent contributor to the community and a very fun professional wrestler and by all accounts an amazing person. Brody Stevens, hero of the Valley, gone way too soon. Also a person I worked with and was, I guess, an acquaintance, because every time I saw him, he would ask me where his money was for a job that I had no responsibility to pay him on.
Where's the money?
But I do miss him.
Yes.
We all have to take another shot because they reached another 100.
Yes,
whoa!
Thank you to
what?
For getting us over the hump.
This shot will be in honor of both Brody Lee and Stephen Brody Stevens.
I do hate that you're using like a normal bar shot glass.
I just moved and I can't find any of my other glassware.
Right. In honor of the Brodies, to the Brodies.
Ooh, both good guys. Taken too soon. Taken recently.
Yes, gone too soon.
Go Patriots.
No.
Okay.
Sorry about Team Michael's burp, guys. I already regret it, and it's caught on the internet forever now.
Nick Alexander saying, do you think Daredevil will be Cameo City? I think that'd be great.
Oh, hell yeah. I spent a long weekend in Cameo City with Lady Gaga once.
Oh, no. We were
working on your Farmer's Day?
No, that was Team Michael.
When we were talking about this earlier, I do think there's room in that sort of Hawkeye side of the MCU to have a bunch of these Defenders peoples come in. We have the Echo series coming out soon. I think we could see a bunch of Defenders characters in that show. I don't see why they wouldn't just start kind of trickling these people in to, familiarize the Disney Plus audience. Myself, admittedly, did not watch the Netflix Defenders shows to some of these characters. I think that's a perfect opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and even some of the Disney Plus characters we've been introduced to. Why not? Right? They've now kind of built out a very deep roster, a deep bench. And we've seen even with Emil Blonsky showing up in Shang-Chi and now in She-Hulk, right? They're willing to go way back to pull some of these folks in. I love the cameos. Let's do it. Bubsy Monkey Boy Phoenix. Love that name.
Yeah.
Do Wanda's actions in Multiverse of Madness mean that Agatha kind of won? I don't know that kind of won is the right take, but was kind of right.
Right.
Is probably
was right.
Yeah,
it was more so
kind
right.
of correct me if I'm wrong, and I apologize for doing any kind of analysis at this point, but at the end of WandaVision, Agatha kind of resigned herself to the fact of she's the Scarlet Witch. She's if she wants to, originally I was just trying to keep figure out what was going on with her because she found Wanda because she sensed her magic, right? That she was drawn to her. Then once she figured out that she was a Scarlet Witch, she tried to thwart her, and then once that jig was up, she was okay, well now I just gotta try not to get killed by her. So I don't know that necessarily she got she was justified. I think her survival is a victory, certainly.
Well, and jumping off of that, we talked the other day about one of the deleted scenes from Multiverse of Madness about Mordo going to the orchard and Wanda killing him. That was a scene that eventually, didn't make it into the movie. But with Mordo's line of too many sorcerers or whatever it was, that's a little bit of vindication for his maybe dead character in the MCU too, that he was right. He was right with all of the variant strangers who are off the rails, and now Wanda should have been taking them all out.
Right.
Absolutely. And I love that shade of gray, right? It's a little bit like those motivations aren't that different from Defender Strange at the beginning of Multiverse of Madness, wanting to I don't trust you, America, with your own powers. So I need to take them. I mean, those motivations aren't that different from Agatha. Not that Defender Strange was, the best guy, but we kind of side more with him than we would with somebody like Agatha. Yeah, Jessica?
Thanks, Teach. Did you turn your chair around and sit in it? So my mom, I looked at my phone really quickly, just briefly. Sorry, John. Looked at it briefly. Mom texted me. She said, "Stop drinking."
Oh, my mom said,
mom's
"Keep
watching
going."
this right now.
My mom said, "Are you sure you don't have to drive anywhere?"
Yeah.
Really
She's a big sports fan, so she's seeing all the chats about the sports team, and she's like, "No one's saying Seahawks."
I said, "Go Seahawks." I said, "Go Seahawks."
She remembers that time you said that we don't have a quarterback, and she's like, "He's nice," but I remember that.
I apologize to her direct. Listen to me. I said I was sorry.
Jim Henson.
Brian Henson.
Anyway, sorry to derail the conversation. This is what happens when you drink a little bit on.
And real quick, Nicole Angeline shouting you out in the super chat. That belch was impressive. I think the belch was polarizing, frankly. There were a few people that found it a little less than impressive.
Let's knock a poll out. Hey, Dodson, let's get a quick flash poll up on it.
Flash poll.
Thank you guys for saying hi, Jessica's mom in the chat. She is live texting me what you're saying. I don't know why she's doing that.
I will say,
Mom.
the show has gone slightly off the rails. It sounds like Tommy's so drunk his mouth sync is stopping, is no longer working. So thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of the Breakroom.
We're done.
I know. Zach and I have to get to another meeting, and we need like 5 minutes to cool down. But we really appreciate you guys being here with us while we're remote. We're going to try to get back in the studio as fast as we can. But have a great weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for saying hi to my mom.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Linda.
Bye.